Hello, and welcome to this message from Non-Woke Religion. I am Stephen Eichler. Non-Woke Religion posts are intended to present practical religious viewpoints that have not been tainted by woke, far-left, or progressive politics. Today's topic is the need for the rejection of application of net zero to dealing with garbage. This addresses our departure from traditional science to allow a cult that teaches that we humans can control the weather to dominate our thinking and make poor choices in dealing with the actual, real environmental issues. One disaster caused by woolly net zero thinking is the accumulation of plastics, and in particular microplastics, in the environment. The Asian countries that are the main culprits for dumping plastics into the sea have been told that they must not burn their rubbish. That is a highly dangerous and destructive policy environmentally. Consider that the city of Venice has a system of generating electricity and industrial steam from its rubbish, and this is very successful at reducing actual pollution. We not only need to prevent the dumping of plastics into the sea, but we also need to prevent microplastics from getting into groundwater, and traditional rubbish dumps do contaminate groundwater. A reliable scientist tells us that these water sources of microplastics are the main problem, and these are inescapable. The problem is not drinking water or coffee out of plastic, or the plastic that your lettuce is wrapped in. The problem is large quantities of decomposing waste plastics in dumps and in the oceans. Water feeds into food production, and it means that all food is contaminated with microplastics. We must stop the large-scale contamination of the environment with waste plastics. The plastics that we are using are not the problem, but we must destroy them when we have finished with them, rather than allowing them to decompose and accumulate microplastics in the environment. Another solution that may help us is to use bioplastics more. However, these also should be burned or recycled when they become garbage. I should say that recycling leaves vast amounts of unrecovered garbage plastics and is not the solution, only a small help. The input of non-woke church and synagogue members on these matters is needed and would be appreciated. We need to warn our people that the climate cult is a deceiver and leads to bad environmental decisions. We must see the reality of this so that we can let our political leaders know that we want better environmental decisions to prevent actual pollution. We must leave a better world free of discarded plastics to future generations. That is all for today. See you again soon. Thank you, and may God bless you.